Hello there. A promise is a promise, and as I promised you, I will dismantle this car to take a look at the differentials and also the shocks. Because it is very cheap, I believe there is not much grease. I don't know, I want to take a look inside before I'm driving it. So for this, I decided to use these little tools that come inside the box. I want to use this plastic wrench tool to test also its durability. And let's see if we can make it. Let's get started. Wherever there is something to report, I'm going to stop and report it to you. Otherwise, you will see a quick fast forward of the procedure. Let's get started. The tires are off and there is nothing special to report here. Everything is as expected. So let's continue. Alright, we managed to remove the cage. Oh, and we have to be very careful. We have the LED lights that are on the top and in the front, so we need to disconnect the LED lights. That should be very easy. Just remove. Okay, now it's off. To take the cage off, we need to unscrew this 1, 2, 3, 4, these 8 screws that are located on the side but also on the bottom of the car. You have to be very careful here because the one screw is under the sticker of the on-off button right here. So yeah, now we have access to the shocks and we are going to remove the shocks. For some reason the upper... Oh, we have a pin here. Be careful, don't lose those pins, you see? There are pins for this hex plastic screw on the tires. We have to be very careful now. Really large compared to the other ones. So we set our first shock free. There is certainly no oil inside this. Look how it is moving. It's moving very freely. Well, that's looking promising. Look here. Well, this screw is more resistant than the other. I'm not going to take the other shocks off. I'm going to open first this one because I see they are in the same principle. So whatever is in this shock should be the same for the other ones. So I will continue with the other socks if we can add oil in this one. Otherwise, we are going to stop the investigation about the socks here, and we are going to bring them back and continue with the diffs. Okay, first thing to report here about the socks. Even those are looking adjustable, they are not. You see, it's not moving at all. But you can unscrew the bottom, and it has the same principle as the oil socks. I don't know if it is sealed though. It's looking up here, I don't know if you see it on camera. That it also have holes for the oil to get in and out. But look at this, I don't know if you get it, look at this play. Even with the bottom screwed on, this has some little play, and I don't believe that it will keep the oil inside it. We can make an experiment maybe to this one. So I'm not going to take the other four out, the other three out, and oh yeah, the threads. This is not a good idea, guys, because look at the threads. Only with one or two unscrewing, and it also is looking very, very weak. So I'm going to screw it back in place. And leave it like this. Yeah, so the socks are looking adjustable, they are not adjustable. You have to take them as they are. So that's it. Let's get to the rear differential first. Wow, that was a really big one. I couldn't see this coming. So I put it right in the corner up there. There's one more screw here. The same goes to the other side. So now we have removed the rear differential, and as I suspected, this drive shaft is completely dry. So before I will put it back in place later on, I will add here some grease to increase its lifetime, hopefully. So, but furthermore, we need to unscrew this, because we have the cylinders here that have to be removed. This is the one. Oh, nice touch. Metal bearings on the back. No bushings. Great. This is a nice surprise so far. I like it. Okay. So the same goes for the other side. Be careful for the pin, not to lose the pins. And we have also 4 screws here in the back that needs to be removed. We have also to unscrew these 4 screws on the top here, because as you can see, the bottom of them is attached to the differential. So that should be open, and look there. There is grease inside. There is grease inside, and we also have 2 more metal bearings. And the axle is also oiled, or it has some. Well, anyway, since I've opened this up, I'm going to add some more grease, so but I don't know, the inside is really hard. Okay, let's remove it and open it up. Again, we have some metal bearings here and here, and we have 4 screws on the top. So let's see if we can get those out. And now we are almost there, the moment of truth. There is also some grease in this too, and the good thing is that they have, the gears are also metal gears. Let's push it back in place. Well, there is some grease, but there is not much. It's good that I opened this up, so I'm going to add some grease. Okay, we don't have to overdo it because we have to take in count that this gear should fit in here. So let's give it a try. Yeah, it's more than enough. You see, we have already some coming out. But that's okay. Let's push it back in. So that would be all. All we need to do is to screw it back in place. Okay, now we can screw it really tight in place. As you can see, the grease is coming out of the screws, so we have a lot. Maybe a little bit more than needed, but more is better than less. So the screws should sit really tight. Yes. Nice. So now what we have to do is to be really careful so that our bearings are sitting in the right place. As you can see, we have to put them in here. Nice. Okay. For this center gear, there is a lot of grease, as you can see also inside here, but it's this thin grease, so I'm going to add some of this that I use in my 1/8 scale nitro baggies, and that should be more than enough for this little baby. So I'm going to add also some to the bearings, some really thick oil. Just 1 drop is enough. I'm going to pull also some on the shaft. Oh yeah. I don't know, maybe I should stop here. I don't want it to make it quicker. It should be very quick. Looking at this 540 engine, this should be really quick. But the lubrication is more than enough in here. Okay, what we have to take care of now to be in the right place is that those 4 holders should be up and lined up. There we go. Working perfectly. As you can see here, it has an R, the other one has an L. So this should go to the right and the other one should go to the left. Of course the 2 holes should look outside because we need to screw later on this shaft here. Okay, I noticed something, and as in many cases in these plastic parts have little ears like that when they have been attached to a board. I don't like them, So wherever I see one, I will cut it like this off. Yeah. Now we can continue. Here is the pin up on the shaft. And it's back in place. Nice. Okay, rear differential done so far. Nice. Let's take a look of how we can take off the front rear differential. Yeah. I believe this is the principle of the 1/8 scale baggies, and we have to remove all those screws. So let's get started. Oh, those ones are really tight. I'm going to use something bigger to make my life easier. So nice. So far so good. We also have to take off those both screws here on the top, 1 and 2, and let's hope that then it will get away from the body. So we removed also the front differential. This is a quite complex but nice design. Yeah, also again with metal bearings. Nice. Well, some screws are really tight and you're going to need help from other tools. It cannot be done with this little screwdriver. So this is off. And the cap goes off. Yeah, that's what I kind of expecting. It's a similar design to the 1/8 scale nitro buggies, but as you can see here in the front, there's not much grease like it's in the back, so it's a good thing that we started this maintenance. Let's take also a look inside. At least inside there's more grease than outside, but I think still not enough, so I'm going to add some grease here too. It's nice and tight, and yeah, it's moving really good. I'm also going to add in those bearings a drop of silicone oil. Just for lubrication. Okay, and now it can go back in. And I'm going to add also here some grease, just in case. Okay, rear differential done, front differential done, but there is no center differential in this car. Certainly there is here this box which comes from the engine, and there might be gears inside here too. So I'm going to open up this box. We have 1, 2, 3 screws for that, and we are going to take a look inside. Well, I guess I'm not going to make it because there are below our transmitter two screws, and I don't want to pull this out and then have to reglue it or anything. I hope that there are no gears and no differential. That's how it looks like. Maybe a big and a small gear, and it has also some grease like in the both other cases. So that's it for now. I'm going to put everything together, and the next video is going to be of how it performs and it drives. So far so good. Alright, before I put back the wheels and the cage, I would like to tell you that I have put some grease here in this drive shaft to extend its life and for lubrication, and that the shocks, the front, are not adjustable, also the rear, but in the rear you can adjust by those screws. It has three options on the top, 1, 2 in the middle and 3, and the same goes to the bottom of the shock. So there might be some adjustment depending on the surface you are running this car in this case. It certainly would be better if it had oil shocks, because it's for high jumps and it should absorb better with oil shocks. And I decided that I will not put oil and not to try this out, because after further inspection I thought that it would just drop off. So I'm going to put now the cage on this car and give it a try.